Imagine an island so vast yet so remote that reaching its capital felt like embarking on an Arctic expedition. Yet, despite all this, Greenland is now opening a brand new international airport. For decades, Greenland has been a place few people visit, yet many nations keep a close eye on. Its untouched landscapes, vast resources, and strategic location have always made it more significant than its small population of 56,000 suggests. But here's the real question. Is this airport just about convenience, or is something much bigger going on? Because airports aren't just built for fun. They exist for money, strategy, and influence. And Nuuk's airport? Let's just say there's a lot more to this project than meets the eye. Welcome to Nuuk, Greenland, where the runway isn't just for planes. It's for political aspirations. Greenland, the world's largest island, has always been a place of intrigue and isolation. With a population of just over 56,000, it's a land where ancient Inuit traditions blend with the legacies of Norse explorers and European governance. Despite its size, the island remains largely uninhabited, with small settlements scattered along its icy coastlines. Until now, reaching Nuuk, Greenland's capital, was a logistical headache. Most international travellers had to fly to Denmark first, then take one of Air Greenland's daily flights with the Airbus A330 to Kangerlussuaq, and from there transfer onto a smaller propeller aircraft connecting them to Nuuk. The reason? Nuuk's old runway was too short to handle large commercial aircraft. But now, with the completion of Nuuk's new international airport, Greenland is opening its doors to the world in a way never seen before. It's not just about making travel easier. This airport could mark a turning point in Greenland's political and economic future. And as Greenland moves closer to a potential referendum on independence, Nuuk's new airport raises an important question. Why are they betting on tourists coming to one of the most remote, frozen locations on Earth? Let's be honest, when most people plan a vacation, they're thinking beaches, palm trees, and cocktails, not sub-zero temperatures and polar bears. And yet, Greenland's government is banking on a tourism boom, one fueled by adventure travellers and climate-conscious visitors eager to see the Arctic before it melts away. There is just one problem. Greenland is expensive. A round-trip flight from Copenhagen to Nuuk costs over $1,000, and the island has a severe lack of hotels and infrastructure to handle large numbers of visitors. But here's where things get more complicated. This airport isn't just about attracting tourists. It's also about reducing Greenland's dependence on Denmark. For decades, Greenland has relied on Denmark's financial support to stay afloat. But as calls for independence have grown louder, the Greenlandic government has been searching for ways to diversify its economy. But if that was the whole story, then why has this airport sparked so much geopolitical interest? To understand where Greenland is heading, we need to look at where it has been. For centuries, Greenland has been at the centre of geopolitical manoeuvring, first as a Danish colony, then as a strategic Cold War outpost. In World War II, the US established Thule Air Base, which remains one of its most important Arctic installations today. In recent years, Greenland has drawn increased attention from global superpowers. The US has expressed renewed interest in the region, with President Donald Trump's growing interest in the Arctic, and even proposing an outright purchase of Greenland.
And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security.
While that idea is widely ridiculed, it isn't entirely without precedent. The US previously bought Alaska from Russia in 1867, and considering Greenland's strategic location between North America and Europe, its value as a geopolitical asset is undeniable. China has also taken an interest, investing in Arctic mining and infrastructure projects, which has raised concerns among Danish and Western officials. The fear is that Greenland's economic vulnerabilities could make it an easy target for foreign influence, particularly if it moves toward full independence. Here's where things take a turn. Greenland has enormous potential, with vast natural resources, a strategic location, and a growing sense of national identity. On the other hand, it faces significant challenges, from economic sustainability to the realities of self-governance in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The new international airport in Nuuk is a statement of ambition. It signals that Greenland is ready to engage with the world on its own terms. But the reality is, an airport alone won't make Greenland independent. It won't change the fact that Denmark still controls its defence and foreign policy, or that the island's economy is deeply intertwined with external support. The upcoming elections will play a crucial role in determining Greenland's future. The government's stance on independence, infrastructure development, and foreign investment will shape the direction of the island for decades to come. Nuuk's new international airport isn't unique. Governments love building airports in remote areas to stake a claim, expand influence, or boost economic independence. Svalbard, Norway. International flights bring in scientists and tourists, strengthening Norway's claim over the Arctic region. Iqaluit, Canada. Upgraded airport helps support military operations and Arctic sovereignty. St. Helena, South Atlantic. A controversial airport built to boost tourism, but ended up struggling due to bad weather and limited demand. Greenland's playbook is a mix of Svalbard's success and St. Helena's over-optimism, betting that an international airport will suddenly make Nuuk a global destination. There are some major upcoming hurdles for Nuuk's airport being considered success. For one, high travel costs. Greenland isn't cheap, and direct flights alone won't change that. Not to mention the limited infrastructure. Nuuk lacks the hotels, restaurants, and transport needed for a major tourist boom. And last but not least, climate change. Ironically, the very thing that might make Greenland more accessible, melting ice, also threatens its environment and appeal. But here's the biggest wildcard: Greenland's upcoming elections. The government that takes power will set the course for Greenland's future, determining how aggressively the island pushes for economic independence, or even full political independence from Denmark. If Greenland moves toward independence, this airport could become a symbol of self-sufficiency. But if economic challenges persist, it could end up as just another ambitious Arctic project that never quite takes off. Nuuk's international airport is more than just a piece of infrastructure. It's a symbol of Greenland's aspirations. It represents an island that wants to step onto the global stage, but is still navigating the challenges of economic dependence and geopolitical pressures. So the big question remains: is this airport the first step toward Greenland's full independence, or just another ambitious project that still relies on outside funding? Greenland is changing, and as the Arctic grows in geopolitical importance, this island of ice and rock might just find itself at the centre of a much larger global story. If you've made it this far, well then, thank you. We use hours upon hours producing these videos, and all that hard work is all worth it because of you. So if you'd like us to continue making more of these videos, please don't forget to comment or leave a like, so we know what we can improve, what you thought, or even just if you like what we are doing. If you want to stay up to date with our latest uploads, don't forget to subscribe.